Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another free pre-market broadcast. Apologies for the confusion. I was trading BLMZ and I forgot to put up the correct screen to say that we start at quarter two. So yeah, apologies for that. Please excuse me. Yeah, mistakes happen when you're trading live, right? Sometimes. So for those of you watching on X, YouTube, wherever, please do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. This is the exact same process we go through every single morning in IU at the exact same time. And if you are interested, you do enjoy what you see or hear today, then please do check us out. Like I said, we do this every single morning with a host of different mods every day. But anyways, without any further ado, just before we get stuck in, just a quick disclaimer. This video is for information and education purposes only. These are not buy or sell recommendations. All right, cool. Let's kick things off with the Godfather. Stan, take it away.
All right. Thank you very much, Sam. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. We have Tuesday, July 7th, July 15th. And just a couple of things on watch for me today. I'll start with PROK, P-R-O-K. Pro Kidney Corp. So they had a pretty decent move there last week. Nice day one. Then a secondary, nice clear out into the sevens there, and it's been pretty much it pretty much gave up about 50% of that move, all the way down to the threes from yesterday. So today we're seeing a nice pretty decent gap so far, and some clear outs into this previous congestion area here for 450s, 480s, etc. So for me, what I'm looking for is more of the same. Ideally, if we can get, once we open, ideally if we can get into this 550s or even sixes, that would be a really good shove out of the gate. So for me, that's something of interest. Something maybe ideally 550s, some sort of a clear out. We have SSRs on today as well, so it's something to be aware of, especially if you're looking for an entry into weakness or something rather. But again, for me, that pretty much becomes a level of interest. I can use pre-market highs as well, 480s, 5s. But again, if it decides to have that one last final hurrah into the 550s, 6s, that would be, for me, it would be the ideal scale trade. So I've already started in some here versus 440s, 450s. Nothing too crazy, mainly to get the position on my list. But again, ideally, some sort of a clear out into the morning opening print, and then look for a felt follow through setup into lower range. So that's PROK. The next one that I have on watch is QS. And QS, pretty decent daily chart there. As we can see, this had a nice leg up from the fours into the sevens. Then it digested this move for about a week or so, and here we are since last week. It's had a nice little leg higher into some higher time frame resistance. As you can see, QS likes to do these type of moves, but then it also likes to mirror the reversals as well. So we've seen this throughout at least the last couple of years. You can see several times throughout the year where QS does this aggressive move up, and then unfortunately it has a mirroring aggressive move down. So for me, this is more so a behavioral pattern. So that essentially becomes the basis for the thesis. And then once we get some sort of an exhaustion move, some sort of capitulatory, not only volume but also price action, then I get interested. So keeping that in mind, if we put it on a higher time frame, you can kind of see this overall trend line here. Obviously, it's not perfect, but you can kind of see how it's been following this along so far. And since yesterday, you can notice the relative acceleration versus this previous trend line as we're deviating higher. So now for me, that becomes a point level, or whatever you want to call it, of interest. So any sort of morning or opening print speed up, for me, the ideal trade would be something over pre-market highs, maybe 1050s, 1075s, some sort of a clear out, and then look for a fail to follow through setup. This daily chart reminds me something similar to BBAI. As you can see, similar run up, and then once it cleared out into this eights, it gave up a solid 20-30% there. So looking for something similar with QS whenever that top decides to be. And the last one that I have on watch is SBET. This one I'm just more so looking for continuation from yesterday. Ideally, we had a massive move there in June, and then came back, and here we are now closing this gap here that we had from the low 30s or so, and then a gap down to pretty much singles. So right now, for me, what I'm looking for with SBET is some failed momentum off this structure. So you can kind of see the steady move higher since the singles. And then, here you can see the relatively speed of the gap there. We've turned a little bit for, a couple of days or so, 2 days, give or take. And now if this mid 20s fails to firm up, if it fails to retain structure and it starts to look heavy, it starts to look weak, and then you can kind of see your line in the sand essentially is off this 23. So if this 23 fails to follow through, then I get interested in a short position. But that's pretty much it for me so far. I'll pass this over to Josh, and I will see you guys in the room.
Yep. Good morning. Kind of have a whole sector on my watch list this morning of this rare earth, these rare earth mines that are powering all the batteries and the power grid. And you have the main one I'm going to be watching is MP. This is day 2 of this most recent move up. These guys have government backing, Department of Defense, just a whole plethora of catalysts behind them, and people are kind of stuck short, in my opinion, at a 23% short float. So I'll be watching washouts versus 51, and maybe we could get a trend later. Kind of sucks not to be involved in this already. But if this move is going to kind of speed up, it's not something that I really want to miss. USAR, more rare earth. Another name in the rare earth sector, just kind of building and building and building. And if this one gets volume, I'm going to be interested. Its relative volume is 5.26, is 3 million shares on a 30-day basis. If we could double that and get some follow through, that would give me more conviction in the move. But it is definitely something that I'm looking at. BABA, I'm not going to rule out for a trend join post open. This Nvidia deal with China is huge, and there's already been free flowing momentum into the space. It just hasn't been in BABA yet. It's more so been in a Futu and I think TME, Tennyson. But BABA, I will be watching for kind of like a VWAP trend join after the open, and we'll see what we get there. SBET, I know Stan mentioned it. This is just another, they're trying to imitate MSTR with the Ethereum treasury strategy. I think their price is like 2,800. And it's on this 10-day tear, 8-day tear. And I think it could be. I do think it could be a good short going forward, and I'm just going to be watching Ethereum with it, because if we get more squeezes on Ethereum, this can still go, but this is definitely one to watch. That's all for me. I'm going to pass this to Dawson.
Hey guys, good morning. What's going on? Another watch list here, pre-market prep. They covered a couple names, but I'll go over them just from my perspective and just kind of give my thoughts. But PROK over here had a nice front side move. Within that PR was presenting, I believe it was Wainwright conference, and that came out yesterday around 1:30 in the afternoon. So that forward-looking catalyst has come and gone. They've also put out a fairly large ATM in there. So I'm looking at pops, and I want to see a sell program come across this, and want to see dilution. So see that tape start to stay heavy. Did react to that parabolic. In pre-market, it's just a bit too good to ignore. We get that failed fall through setup. You can see the volume starts to drop off every time it pulls back, picks up on those swipes, and just can't get going higher. So interested in pops on that one, using 450 to 5 range as a guide, just shoving up into this prior consolidation level for some failed follow through. Workhorse, this one's been a focus name of mine for the last little while. If you're on here last week, I was looking at this parabolic short here on the daily, and we got that clear out that stuffed and is now getting into failed fall through levels here, looking left off of that 250 line. So if this can take out 250, I think this gets hit, and we've got a decent liquidity pocket here to send it lower. Similar daily here to SRFM, where you get that parabolic there on the daily, pulls back on that overextension first red day, breaks out, but stuffs all those breakout buyers, and now coming into this looking left, the exact same setup. So we've got this support break here under 620, and we've got this 740, 750 line here of the prior breakout. So I'd kind of trade this within that range, clear outs through those 740, 750s that sit back, and then once it fails fall through 620s, then I think this gets hit and unwinds, kind of steady backside idea there. ABVE, this one here, recent runner. I like to bounce these on the backside. We've got a nice multi-day move. Ideally, this fades off somewhere today. I don't love it for a setup today, but if it can get going like sub 2 and then possible bounce tomorrow would be a lot more ideal. It has pulled back quite a bit, so I'm going to keep it on watch, but a lower the better idea, and ideally holds it off till later. AGEN, this one did have some relative strength. They do own some Inkit, INKT, and this one had started going before Inkit had gone. It gave it a bit of juice once it had kind of some sympathy momentum, but as INKT is pulling back, AGEN is holding up. So as long as this continues to build 630s, this looks like a bigger picture idea. You can zoom out here for a couple years, and it's a key level all the way back there to 2024. So I'll keep that one on watch for the bigger picture breakout idea. I've got Serve on watch. Might not trigger today, might never trigger really, but we've got this 200 MA kind of rising, starting to roll over here. We've got this lower high wedge starting to tap off this $10 line. So if this fails to fall through under that support level, this one here definitely could get hit as well. It did extend itself quite a bit, and now kind of digesting that move. So whether it breaks 10 or not, I'm going to set some price alerts and keep it on watch for if it does. A couple other breakout ideas. Viat here, history of some pretty good runs. If it's gapping up over the breakout level by market open, I will likely avoid. I'd like to see it open below it and actually break out during market hours, just statistically speaking, but we will see. TMC in the rare metals space, starting to surf this 20 moving average. We have some higher lows, daily ABCD, and now starting to break out through these 730s. So I'll be watching week opens here for a bigger picture trend join, and possibly could get going higher. A couple gappers here from today. BLMZ looking left. I'm thinking this one probably fails. off of these daily levels. Nothing I would look to short personally, just assuming that it fails. But if this were to push up into those 38s, maybe consolidate into the afternoon and re-break, I definitely think that there would be some shorts in this that would be using this heavy daily resistance as a guide. So assuming it fails, but if it proves otherwise, 2 p.m. plus, then I'd keep that one on watch. And then XAGE is the last one here. History of giving it all back and gapping up over 100% again this morning. So probably a replay. But if this starts to hold lows 10:30, 11 a.m. plus, then it's something I just kind of leave be. But ideally sets its high near open and just kind of fizzles out. But that's my list for today, Sam, if you want to wrap it up for the people.
Super. Thank you very much, Dee. Thank you, Stan. Thank you, Josh, as well. Just a reminder, this is the exact same process we go through every single day in the room. If you made it this far and you are interested in joining them, please reach out or head across to investorsunderground.com. All right, cool. Trade them well today, guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Have a great day, everyone.